Hello and welcome. We have made it to Yellowstone, which happens to be the nation's first national park and also the largest national park in the 48 contiguous states. So we got a parking spot right up close to Old Faithful, and apparently she's about to go off. I see her smoking in the distance. It's gonna go off in about 20 minutes, and we're gonna stroll on over now, and maybe when we get there, she will explode.
Fire burns to dust.
You have a chocolate chip bar.
How is your chocolate chip bar?
Delightful.
Oh, we let it fly. We learn until the day we die. So let your love run free. So let your love run free.
So I don't know if you guys can see, but on the geysers there are these footprints, and I believe they're from the bison, and I guess they just don't get burned from walking in the really hot water.
So we think all of these were made by bison.
Here's a nice up-close look at the bison print.
Let your love run free. I'll follow you, you follow me. Let your love run free. Come on.
So the last time I came here, I was really young, and the only thing I really remember was the smell, and the smell really bothered me. It's like this sulfury, how do you describe it? It smells
kind of like
rotten eggs.
Yeah.
But coming back this time and seeing the colors that are just so vibrant is so incredible.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite part thus far. The colors are just so saturated, and these are things that you would usually think is like, oh, they're artificial colors, like highlighter orange, but like seeing it so much here, it's just absolutely remarkable. And also because it is just a little bit cold outside, having the smoke hit us feels really nice.
Steam.
Aside from the smell, but it doesn't bother me too much.
No, the smell doesn't bother me nearly as much as a kid. Like as a kid, it was the only thing that I could experience. Like it was overwhelming.
Yeah, I think because like when you're a kid, you have a very specific palate.
Yeah, for like taste and smell.
And smell, yeah.
So, so we're about halfway through the boardwalk trail, and the end is going to be another really cool pool that I'm very excited about. And then after this, we're going to head over to Grand Prismatic Spring, which is like top of the list for both of us. So we are currently in front of Morning Glory, and something really interesting is that the temperature of the water is actually what affects the color as it goes out.
So for example, you can see in the middle, it's this bluish color, and that's actually because it's 163 degrees Fahrenheit or lower, and then it starts to fade out to a white, a yellow, and then a green, and then an orange around the rim, and the orange is around 80 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. We've just made it back to the van, and now we have one more stop at Grand Prismatic Spring before we head to our overnight parking spot. All right, we're in line to get a spot at the spring.
Yes.
Ready to get a nice steaming Chad.
Yeah, we could see people in the distance just standing in a bunch of steam.
Yeah.
So it should be cool.
We're gonna be two little bounces steaming alive by the natural steam. I like the feeling of the steam. There's the steam zone. I'm so excited. Steam zone, steam zone, steam zone.
Pretty.
Do you feel like a dumpling?
Yes. Claire. Claire. Ooh.
So I do believe the water's really hot because it's all reflecting blue, and it's steaming like crazy, so obviously.
I mean, we're out of the steam zone now.
I want to go back to the steam zone. got in the rain a little bit, but it was really cool. However, if you do want to see it really clear without any steam so that you can actually see the colors, definitely come in the summertime. Apparently it's more
Vibrant. Well, you can see it.
yeah, you can actually see it. There's no steam. But if you want to experience the steam zone, then come in the colder months because that was also very fun. There's one very naughty bison walking in the road. Wow, look at his back.
It's like a fish. Jeez, so big.
More bison
Another
on the road.
Hello. Hello.
So we just made it to our free camping spot, and for this time of year it was actually really difficult to find a free camping spot. So we're actually in Montana.
So glad.
Yeah.
Because all of the campgrounds just opened or they're still closed for the season, and then other national forest spots are still snowed in.
Yeah.
So it's been very tricky.
Yeah, so we crossed the state border into Montana. We'll stay here tonight and then we'll go back into the park tomorrow. But the spot is really nice. There's a little fire pit and also a running stream, so very nice ASMR to cook to tonight.
So we saw a few raindrops, but hopefully the rain's gonna hold off. We put up the rain tarp just in case.
So to continue on my journey of re-photographing everything in my upcoming cookbook, tonight we are going to make a Thai yellow coconut curry.
The bed is all made.
So we had a fantastic fire, but I think we're gonna call it a night and we will see you tomorrow for day 2 in Yellowstone.
Good morning, guys. This morning was actually very hectic because we ran out of toothpaste and I had to remake the toothpaste, and it's always a long process. But this time, while I was making our beloved toothpaste, I spilled all of the baking soda all over me, and then I had to clean it up in the van, and that just took way too long. Anyways, we are now packing up the van and we are going to head into Yellowstone National Park again. I could have sworn I saw you back there.
I was. So an hour and a half later, we have now arrived at the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone, and we're about to head over to Artist Point.
Feel the wind against my puzzled face. 5-speed bicycle round the cave.
All right, so our second stop of the day is at Norris Geyser Basin, which is apparently the park's hottest and most dynamic geyser basin. I'm obviously using the park's pamphlet. Yes, for fun facts. Hope we get steam today. So as we mentioned, this area is very hot, and you can actually tell because the water is all light blue and white, which we mentioned yesterday, means it's around 163 degrees Fahrenheit or lower.
Cobblestone pathways, memory lane, high tides rolling in to Portland, Maine.
Claire was extra excited for this stop. She's like, we gotta stop at Roaring Mountain.
The picture looked really cool,
So we're joined
We're gonna
with two
look at
other
it.
cars.
it's not roaring as hard as I thought it'd be roaring. But it still has one tiny roar.
It's meowing.
It's squeaking.
Change comes slow, they say.
This was my expectation going into this stop. Lots and lots of smoke. Really, truly roaring over here, but currently it is not as magnificent as it was shown in the pamphlet.
But it's not so far away. So far.
So we have just made it to Mammoth Hot Spring, and we are now gonna walk along the road that kind of goes through all of the different hot springs here. Tired?
A little.
Did Roaring Mountain really take it out of you?
We'll never get old.
Not sure if you guys can see, but there's a ton of elk over there. Hi! Bye! They're so tall. Ooh, there's a horse. So we've just finished seeing everything that we wanted to see on the south, west, and north areas of the park. We did decide to skip out on the east side this time just because it's a lot of gas, and driving over there wasn't really in our plan, so we'll have to come back and see that area next time. But now we are at our free campsite, which is just 10 minutes from the north entrance of the park. So this is our free campsite for the night.
We rode through town with our music too loud, and we sang out a tune.
Alright, so it is dinner time, and tonight I'm making something else for my cookbook. So I gave Chad 3 options. We could either have an Iranian dinner, a Persian dinner if you will, or we could have chicken fried rice, or we could have a garden rotini with chicken sausage. And of course, Chad, loving pasta so much, he chose the garden rotini, so that is what we'll be having tonight. First things first, puncturing my little sausages.
We stood on the edge with your arms outstretched. I was Jack and you were my Rose.
I've gotten so good at cutting vegetables on such a tiny little piece of space. It's a nice little challenge.
You truly have. It's so tiny.
It's funny because like back when we had an apartment, my cutting board was like the size of this table. And now it's like half the size of what I used to have.
And I swore I'd never let go. We'll never get old.
Salchicha.
What? What'd you say? Try to say something in Spanish. Mixy, mixy.
back and realize what matters.
So I feel like with just a blink of an eye, sunset came and it's absolutely gorgeous tonight.
Well guys, thank you so much for joining us on yet another adventure. Yellowstone was absolutely incredible, and we are so grateful for each and every one of you guys for watching our videos. And if you're new and you would like to watch more of our videos, definitely hit subscribe. But until then, we'll see you guys next time.
Come on, let's raise the sun.